Today we are talking about something that is hitting everybody. Diaspora, or home, or abroad. We have to talk. Most of you have been waiting for this live because, I mean, we are in deep crisis, I would say, not just in Africa, in the West, just literally. There's nobody that will say that this thing is not touching them. So we have to discuss this. We have to not just talk about and moan about what's happening, or food, or this, or that. We have to talk about how do we help ourselves as immigrants? How do we get passive income? How do we get a side hustle? How do we improve our lives? We cannot see people that migrated way before now had it good. Let's just admit. People that moved 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, they had it good. If you migrated from 2020 until date, you would know that it choke. It choke. It's not just choking in the aspect of, oh, my budget is not budgeting. It's choking all round. And if you're working 9 to 5, or if you're even doing a business and you live in the West, you're even in Africa, right now, things are not as funny as it used to be. Things are tough for a whole lot of people, no matter how much we want to pretend, no matter how much people will come online and show you that life is truly good. Like I've said always, if you're not a politician, if you're not, odogu up there, you don't know what you need money for, then you are among the average Joe like us. And we're not just going to be, banging on all the issues happening all around, from Canada to UK, Australia, the US, Europe, the entire Europe. Most of you know Germany, Spain, most of the Eurozone, 20 countries in the Eurozone, they've all fallen into recession already. And it's already predicted that by fall, those countries that are yet to enter recession, countries like the US, Canada, Australia, they will follow suit. So we need to prepare and gauge ourselves before October, November. We need to understand the pattern of things. Saudi is considered the West. No, Saudi is not considered the West. We're talking about the West today. We're talking about not just Africa, the West. What I'm specifically talking about the West is they have it worse because of the money printing, because of the debt, because of a lot of factors, the war in Ukraine. For those living in the UK, there are so many factors. Brexit, a whole lot of factors. If you're living in the US, you know that this war, taxpayers' money are being funded. If you're living in Canada, why the cost of living is going up is not just due to the debt that the Canadian government themselves, they've accumulated, and the citizens are suffering for it, is also due to the war. Everybody is pumping money into the war and is affecting everyone. Whether you're just newly migrating, you've been living in the system, you have just a whole lot of things. Oh yes, totally. Here in the States is it's everywhere. It's everywhere. You go to the supermarket, you may go with $100. The things that you easily buy for your family before with $100, you have to really, really understand, what is it I want to buy today? Is it necessary? Would it feed us? Would it last us? You have to press calculator. You have to budget. You have to factor in a whole lot of things. And even with that, money is just, money is leaving accounts unnecessarily. People are going overdraft. There's a current credit crunch going on, in the US. People are no longer even relying on their daily paycheck or their monthly paycheck, or, whatsoever they're doing. People are relying on credit cards now. Most banks are no longer lending. If you're living in the UK, if you want to buy a home now, Santander, no, they lend money again. Most banks in the US are not lending money again because of the coming financial crisis. And if you're thinking, oh, maybe this is just happening in the West, it's a global economic crisis. It's just that the West, those living in the West, they have it worse. And today, I'm going to be bringing for the first time, the very first time since the inception of this channel. See, I've been bringing guests, so I've been bringing people on this YouTube channel. I've never brought someone from Canada. Yes, people from different places, they enter. Canadians don't still enter my life, but I've not officially introduced, people from Canada. Why I sourced out these people is because I've seen what they are doing. They are helping newly migrated people who are already in the system and they don't know what's happening, people who are even in Africa. If you can afford to do whatsoever, that they are helping other people do, I mean, why not? This is a one-time opportunity. You may want to watch this live until the end, because don't come and start mourning, oh, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, you're a business person, you're a 9-to-5er, you're a professional, whichever category of work you're doing, this opportunity is for you. You have no excuse. So I need you guys to watch and hear them out. And then towards the end of this live, we will talk and I will entertain questions. So ladies and gents, welcome Emeka and Ify to the channel. Hello guys.
Hello guys.
Thank you guys so much for gracing me today. How will they be? In fact, let me ask you, how is it in Canada? How will they be?
Today is very warm actually. It's not like those things you hear cold weather every day. No. Today is really, really warm. It's sunny. It's a beautiful day. People are in the backyard doing barbecue, having a drink or whatever. Just a summer day.
So it's officially summer, I think. Yeah, it's officially summer now.
Yeah.
So
the Canadian fires, you know, reach on our side, and they see fire for news.
There was fire here actually 3 weeks ago. Everywhere was brown, yellowish because the fire, the smoke covered everywhere. And if you open you can't open your window because it will breathe in the smoke.
Yeah, so everybody had their windows closed and safe away from the smoke, and so that you don't inhale any of that bad air pollution. So it was really bad, but it's better now because we've had rain in the last 2 weeks. It's been raining consistently in our area in Alberta, so it's been good so far.
I mean, in Quebec, there's still fires burning. Most of the resources are going to Quebec from all over the world to go and fight the fires, and it's giving some parts of the US the smoke too. So
I saw it in New York. It was bad. It was like, it was too bad. Anyway, the matter of today. Everybody keeps talking about the US, like it's as if US, UK, they are the popular people who are complaining about this cost of living. I really don't see Canadians complaining. In fact, when it comes to this whole relocation thing, people are like, why you go UK? Why you go US? Why don't you come to Canada? Canada. Please. What is it like living in Canada in 2023?
First off, Canada is a place that gives you a little bit of peace of mind in terms of when you come in here, you just feel good. You see reasonable behavior. You're not worried about the high crime rates. But exactly what you spoke about the UK and the US and other parts of the world, cost of living is terrible now. And everybody's suffering the challenges of the economy right now, even in Canada here. So people are having to decide whether they want to eat or take medication, or even worried about their rent. Rent is going up in several areas because, like you said, people are migrating to Canada all over the place. And it's challenging for people that are working jobs that are even good paying jobs, but it's challenging because, like, you go to the grocery store. I saw somebody talking about that. For you to fill up a grocery cart, prior to now, you could do it for $80. But right now, you can go to the shop and buy $200 worth of something. Your grocery cart is still like nothing is
almost
happening.
Empty. Yeah, most times, like we go to shops like Costco because we're a big family. I mean, we have 4 children, and with a big family, we shop a lot in Costco because they sell wholesale. And when we go there in the past, things will buy $200. When we put everything together, Now it's like, 350, 400. You're looking at spending that just the one time, that you're shopping there. So it's quite expensive. And apart from the groceries, like when you think about childcare, here is not where you have support,
God.
where you have
Oh my
your
God.
cousin, your nephew, your niece that will come and support you while you go to work and come back and everything is good. Or you can get, someone who's going to help you do those kind of things at home. It's a
Yeah.
little different here because you have to, either use a childcare or you get, a stay in, person who is going to, do the care for you, for your children. And the costs of that, because they're not putting all the children together and giving you one cost. Each child have their own cost. And by the time you add it sometimes and then you factor in what you're actually working for, sometimes it's even paying more.
You go say, "May you carry your whole village." In fact, you go carry
And
your
the
whole
funny
village.
thing is that wages are not going up, salaries are not going up. They are not increasing salaries, but the cost of living, rent, food, everything has gone up. So my question now is, how are you like, what are you doing? Do you have one job? How are you able to, because you're telling me 4 children. 4 children.
Yes.
How?
Yeah, my sister, even with 4 children, even if you have one child, is as good as having 4, because the same care that you give to one, you're giving to 4. So
you multiply it.
You multiply by 4.
So for us, we work professionally. We're professionals. My job is IT project management. My wife is an engineer. But you know what? We realized 4 years ago that this same thing you're talking about, cost of living, is high. And there are a lot more things we wanted to do than just work and pay bills and pay mortgage and pay car loans and all that. At the end of the day, you just live abroad. Nothing is happening. So we thought about it and we said, why don't we go and try something else? But because we know there's no time for anybody to go and work multiple jobs, a lot of people do it, and I give them salute. I don't have the strength to finish one work and go to the next, and my wife wouldn't be able, and with the 4 kids, how are you going to do it? So
Except you're ready to sacrifice, not being there for your family, not being there for your children. And that's in long term, it brings more problems, because then you start losing connection with your family, you start losing connection with everything, and you start wondering, oh, what's going on? What's going on? You now figure out, like, you're never even there.
What do you guys do to supplement your 9 to 5? Like, how, like, you need to plug me in, because everybody has been, since I said this whole, cost of living, talking about the West, migrants, everyone keeps saying, Diana, you keep pointing out all the problems, but you never proffer solutions. And that was why I had to source you people out. Please, can you just give us the formula? Give us something that's
absolutely. So we realized that things were going south. So we decided to do something about it. In addition to our jobs, we have a side hustle. And our side hustle was designed so that it can accommodate people doing multiple jobs, doing whatever you're doing, irrespective of wherever you are. You can do it, because all of us use internet. All of us go to the internet to go and do banking, payments, whatever we do, even school. So we realize that we can also do a side hustle as a business, completely based in an online space where everything is done through digital means. You don't have to sit in front of a computer from morning to night. Your business runs with automations, algorithm, artificial intelligence, but it's actually built around real products and services. However, because you're using technology, it doesn't take your time away. We've been traveling. We just came back from Los Angeles 2 days ago or 3 days ago. 3 weeks ago, we're in Las Vegas. Next week, we're going to Vancouver. So
in this cost of living crisis, wanna show me where now? Hey, wahala. In this cost, please, we need to go in depth. How long have you been doing this? Can you talk more about this business? How someone that has never heard of this, how do you plug us in?
Okay, so when we looked at the way things were in the past, and how things were coming together, we felt, okay, if we keep living our life like this, living paycheck to paycheck, then we're just going to be in a bubble. We're just going to maintain the same lifestyle for God knows how long. And when we're ready to retire, maybe we'll be 90 years or whatever. So at that point, how you want to enjoy again? So
if you're going on vacation, they will be pushing you in a wheelchair.
So 4 years ago, it was Emeka who actually, found this business in the digital space. And I was very skeptical. I mean, everybody who finds something online, they're always very skeptical because there are just too many things, out there. And when he found it, I was skeptical. I just left him to keep doing his thing. And then at some point, I looked at him. I said, this thing this guy is doing. I mean, he talked to me about it and I, looked at it. I just let him, keep going. And, normally if I say, no, I'm not ready to do something, or no, let's not do something, he would just stop. But for whatever reason, he just kept going. And I said, okay, there has to be something in this. And, after a while, I, checked it out and I just joined him because I could see the benefits and what the business, is bringing to the family. And this was 4 years ago. So we started doing it, isn't it 4.5 years,
yeah,
right?
4.5 years.
Yeah.
So what you have to say, she been this I've been one do of you the doche. If I go make for it, I will go to you.
No, that's not what I was thinking.
Because she was really not interested in guiding, coming on board. She was like, this life we're living, this man, don't come and harass me again with more stuff because we already have enough. Wahala. I don't have any strength to go and be doing all these kind of things with you and then other people who I don't know. So I said, no, this is not about those kind of things. This is about us finding a way to build our lives differently. Because we do have systems, we do have support and training and guidance and everything that you need provided. I told her this. She said, no, I don't believe you. This is another scam out there. So in order not to have problem, I just said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I did. 4 years, 4 months after, our life has changed forever.
Wow. Do you have products and services? Like, how does it work? Like, how do you operate? So for instance, now I want to join this business. How do I start? What's the starting point? How do I come in and how do I blow? Make I just go straight to the point.
Okay, so first things first, we do have products, we do have actual services plugged into our business. We're not dealing with wishy-washy stuff like things that you can't touch. We're not doing Bitcoin. We're not doing all this kind of financial services that people spend years and months and money to do, but people just think they can do it. We don't do that. We actually have products. We are spread all across the world, even including in places like Africa and Nigeria and Canada, US, anywhere you can
UK,
think of.
Australia,
there's no limitation.
Europe, there's no limitation
There's
to
no
where
limitation.
the business is. Yeah.
So anybody who wants to come to do what we do, the first thing they need to decide for themselves is, one, do I want something to change in my life? Because that's where the starting point is. We can talk about cost of living from now till tomorrow. If you decide not to do anything about it, nothing is going to happen. So first things first is, what do I think I can do? Do I think I can change? Yes. If you said yes to that answer, then we want you. So go to our website,
It's all in the description area, their contact, the links, everything, website. Check it out in the description area. I've linked it there.
Yeah. So once you go there, put your name and email, we will connect with you and then walk you through how business is done online. Actual business. I mean, you can be selling anything you want to sell in anything you want to do, but in our own, we do have direct, authorized, already assessed businesses that we work with, and then we will show you how it is done with the training, guide you through the process. You go to our webinar, which holds every Tuesday and every Thursday.
Live.
It's free. There's no money to go there to watch it. When you go there, the purpose is for you to see people like us, everyday people, not the people you are calling Odogu at the beginning. I mean, our business have produced some Odogus, I can tell you that. But you see ordinary people struggling in their daily living and they want to do something for themselves. And some of them will show you what they have done. It's marvelous. And then, if you decided that this is something you want to do, there's a service fee of $149 to join. Now, this money, when you pay, don't be afraid. Just like some of you were asking Diana, the West, which one is the West? If you are in any Western country, if you buy anything, you have 30 days. If you don't like it, you take it back and you get your money back. So if you pay $149, you have 30 days. If you don't like what we're doing, you say, my money back. And they will give. You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to talk to Ify.
You can if you want to.
If you want to, I mean. But you can request it and they will give you your money back. You don't have to do anything. But if you decided that this is where I want to go, this is ride or die, we need to go there, then we're going to train you, walk you through what you need to do to get your business started. There are startup capitals involved, anywhere from $500 and up, where you can start your business. And we're going to be there working with you all the way, because it's not one of those kind of businesses where somebody comes in and we throw them to the dogs and say, you have enough information, you go and do it. No, we will guide you directly. We have people set aside, we have mentors. Yes, somebody was asking about that. We have coaches, and we will walk you through all the way and we'll hold your hand. But apart from that, you also get access to all the systems and tools we use, all the digital formats, administrative systems, and how it connects together in the back end to build you a whole business that you can manage from anywhere in the world. Actually, like when we travel, we do it there. People can do it from irrespective of where you are.
It runs even while you're doing other things, and that's why we love it, because even if you love your job so much and you want to keep working, this business also works because it's using automated system in the back. So it runs even while you're doing other things. Even while you're sleeping, it runs. And that's what everybody's looking for. Because in this Obodo Oyibo we did like this, sometimes everybody is already busy. Like everybody is so busy. So you don't want to add anything that will come and, complicate your life, or that will come and give you more, get into the little time that you have. Which is why people are looking for something that is convenient, that is flexible, and gives you the chance to do other things and live a good lifestyle.
For me, me like this. I know I like to ask questions straightforward, especially when it comes to money matters. I don't wake up one and just because someone has told me.
No.
So my question is, how legit is this business, and how can I gain money? Like, I know I can put in 149, and if I'm not happy, I can request for a refund. But my own is, I don't want to invest time and hope into a business that I know it's not going to profit me, or I'm not going to get my money back, or I'm not going to get more back. So explain to me, how legitimate is this business, and how can I make money from this business, please? Because when that times right now.
Absolutely. People always ask us, this is that we get this every time. People ask us, are you sure you guys are not doing a Ponzi scheme? Are you sure you're not doing the multi-level marketing? Are you sure you're not doing all this chain marketing people are doing? The truth is, every business in the world is into one thing and one thing only: making money. And you can't make money if you're not having any customers. You're not a business. So in our business, we don't do Ponzi. Ponzi is robbing Paul to pay Peter, robbing Peter to pay Sarah. We don't do that. You make money by transactions. And when you do your business, you get paid for your transactions. You actually get paid based on wherever you are. Now, in terms of legitimacy, we pay taxes in our business. We're not doing muchi things that are hidden from the government.
Which is what makes it legitimate. 100%. When you pay taxes, then the government even knows what you're doing. and that gives it the legitimacy, because that's very important. And that's one of the things that I wanted to know, because you're not looking for a business that is swept under the carpet. You're looking for something that is actually clear, that's something that you can come out and proudly say, this is what I'm doing, because there are taxes paid in this business. So that's one of the big points there.
That's one of the biggest things. Number two, this is not fly by night. Actual businesses have something you can touch and feel. We do have those. Number three, we wouldn't be on your channel talking about cost of living and what we're doing if we don't believe in what we're doing. 4.5 years, and we're still here, excited to come and talk about this. When we started this business 4.5 years ago, one of the reasons my wife didn't want us to do it, she was telling me we were just doing foundation in our house in the village, like every Igbo person. We're just doing the foundation back home in Nigeria. And she said, so you want to carry the money we want to use to build house to go and put it to some crazy thing. But you know what? 4.5 years after, the house is done. We own another house in Lekki now. And we own another property.
Congratulations at the top from your domot.
Yeah, and we own another property in Florida in the US, all from this business. So if it wasn't working, we won't come here and be deceiving anybody.
Wow. So my question is, what's the technical know-how of how to run it? Like, what skills do I need? You know, I know you guys said you coach, you do the training, you help, you know, you guide and all of that. But if I want to run it myself and I don't want to be all up, because I know that, you know, there will be a line of people you guys are working with. I just want to do and make my own, you know, thing by myself. What are the trainings? What do I need to do? What are the resources available to help or to guide me through this?
Yeah, so honestly, one of the biggest things for me when I actually joined was, you know, just to identify the fact that I am actually connecting with somebody, getting support when I need one from an actual human and not robots. Because when you're doing something that you're just talking to robots or you're talking to some answering machine, it's a little frustrating because it just gives you back whatever they have. It doesn't matter whether they're answering the question or not. But in this business, nobody's ever lost because we have a very good simplified training. It's video based and you'll be given access to it as you come into the business. And that training is video based. You can pause it, you can play it, you can fast forward, you can rewind, you can operate it anyhow you want, just to get through the training and follow the direction that is given. So when you're seeing it, you're clicking, you're going through it, and you have access to it. So you can do it at your convenience, because at the end of the day, what we're all looking for is flexibility and something that is convenient for us, not something that will put additional pressure to what some people are already facing. So the training is that simplified. And where the mentors and coaches come in is when somebody is going through that training and they need some assistance. Maybe there's something that is not clear, there's something they are not sure about, or something isn't adding up, then they can ask questions. And that's where you now get that human factor, you know, to help. And you don't need to have like a huge technology experience, just basic. I mean, when you think about it, me, I schooled first. Before I came here, I schooled in Nigeria. I did my primary school, secondary school, my university back home in Nigeria. And while I was schooling there, we didn't have computers. We didn't even have any technology to get through school. Even if we did, maybe just few. And then you just go there, maybe when you're doing practical or whatever. So a lot of us didn't have, you know, the computer skills at the time. So the time that I actually started doing more computer here was when we did our masters in the United Kingdom, in Scotland, in Robert Gordon. Yeah, so that's where I actually started, you know, using computer like on a daily basis and learning the skills. So all you need here is just basic skills. You don't need to be a computer guru. No, because everything that you're going to be doing, you're going to be trained and shown. So all those additional where people get scared about, oh, I don't know, you know, anything about computer. Don't worry about it, because you'll be guided, you'll be shown, and you'll be given a training platform where you can follow, and you have human support as well.
Yeah, the thing we say, there's nobody will not get phone. If you have phone today, that means you're computer savvy.
Yeah.
Because you can go to Facebook, you can go and check your email. You can basically. But I can tell you, and this is the truth. There's a woman in our business that's very successful. The only technology she knew before she came here was calculator. And she came here. When you hear her story, you'll be amazed. She says, I just didn't know anything other than just calculating, adding numbers on the calculator. But because life has been, changing with technology, as long as you can watch something and see it, and they show you that this is what to do, you pause your video, you go there, click here, you're clicking, press here, you're pressing. At the end of the day, she got it. But now she's better, way better than that. But the point is, you don't really need to be very, very tech savvy to do this.
No.
So last, sorry, you are the bombarding with question.
It's fine. This is fine.
This period, he choke. So someone is even asking here. This is the way out now, but my issue is the $149 where person won't take see that kind of money, because even if you see the kind of money, your chest or remove that money to invest in something that you're not sure of.
Yeah.
My question is, people online are selling products, services, whatsoever. What differentiates your business from all of these online businesses? Because we get the gist, we get the point. I would love to sign up, but my question is, like, what makes yours different? Why should I invest into this, and why? Like, just why? Why is it different? Why is yours different from others?
I'll tell you why it's different. In life, you have to think about philosophy of every business. So any business that is selling direct product online, they're targeting people who are users, who need that product. For instance, if you're selling shaving stick, you're targeting people who need shaving stick. But what makes us different is we're targeting the root cause, which is people want to get from point A of poverty to point B of being in abundance. How can we make somebody get from where they're working 12 hours, 16-hour days for minimum wage abroad to where they can afford to buy their own house, go on vacation, and still live a very good lifestyle? That's where our target is. That's why we bring people into our webinars to come and see, not just hear about products you're going to buy or things you're going to buy. It's about what you need to do. I can give you thousands of examples of people, actual people, Nigerians even, in our business that come abroad. I know 3 ladies that have never worked for anybody abroad, and they own houses. They live a beautiful life because they're doing this. But I'll give you another example. There is one lady that was like most Nigerians that come abroad, or other people that come abroad, that started from the scratch. Her education wasn't the best, but she was working in all those minimum wage jobs, looking for how to make life better. This person that was asking about that, I don't have the money, the chest, where is the money? The lady didn't have it, but she told herself that this is going to change their life. And the husband was like, hey, this man don't carry wahala come now. How are we going to do this? But you know what? They pulled themselves together, found a way, and did it. They actually started a year before us. Today, as I'm talking to you, this is not fable. This is not gist. She lives in a $1 million house, fully paid for, no mortgage. Number 2, she owns at least 5 properties that I know of. One of which is a 14-flat block here in Canada. I saw her today on Facebook where they were just heading out. She said they are just heading out for family outing. They live the life. They own boats that they can use for this. I'm just telling you, you go from point A to point B. That's where we focus. That's what makes us different.
Yeah, one of the other things.
Me that is in Saudi now, I can sign up.
Of course, we have people in Saudi Arabia actually.
From anywhere in the world, as long as you have a smartphone, you have internet, that's all you need. And I just wanted to add, one of the other things that makes our business different is you don't need to chase people. You don't need to start going after people, because most businesses that people know, that is what they do. Because where's the time? How many friends do you have in diaspora? That it's not like you grew up, or for me, I didn't grow up here. We came here like when I was in my late 20s. And then, so how many? So chasing people is not a business that I can actually do, because I don't have the time. I'm very busy and everybody else is. But rather, we have systems that takes care of things for you, and technology. So I just wanted to bring that there, because all those chasing, people are always concerned. I want to just get you satisfied that that's not what this is about. And in addition to that, there's no direct marketing, all of that. No,
absolutely.
You don't. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you're not going to go and call all your village people now and all your church members. That's not this kind of business.
No, there's no time for that. In fact, you don't want to start having enemies, because when you start bothering people, that's when you start, having enemies. So you don't want any of that. You want to do a business that when you go to sleep, you sleep well, you wake up excited, and you run your business. So that's basically how it works. And you don't spend too much time.
And you're not worried about the cost of living too much.
Yeah.
that was the reason why I invited you guys, because I know many people have been, obviously, towards the end of this video, after answering all the questions from people, I'm still going to share, some of the insights I have about the cost of living issue in the West. But still, I'm happy that you guys brought this opportunity to us, because the one thing that I know that can progressively, because whenever immigrants, especially Black immigrants from Africa, move to the West or move wherever for the first time, no one is thinking about passive income. Everyone just wants to, stabilize their life, do what everybody is doing, get into the system, do the 9-to-5 route. Those who have businesses, they just don't want to do things outside of what other people are doing because of fears of, I don't know. But I'm happy that people are breaking boundaries. People like you guys are, in 4 years, and this is you people navigating it as, the first time. So for people who are getting the experiences directly from the source, they wouldn't have to wait that long to be able to achieve their goals. But thank you guys so much. Like they said, if you want to access the webinar to know exactly how to go about this whole thing, check the links in the description area. I've left their email, I've left their WhatsApp number that you can use to directly, for those of you asking, this life may not cover everything. So if you need direct answers to your questions, their WhatsApp number is down below. Their email is down there. The websites that you can use to access the webinar, sign up, join the community, and get started is all there. Remember, your $149 is just like every investment. It's an investment, like you're investing time to your 9-to-5. You're investing that to something worth much more in future. So please make sure to check them out. And thank you guys so much. I would leave the link to this live so that you guys can, come in and ask Emeka and Ify questions that you are really you guys need to ask. It's crazy. Right now I understand
So what I always tell Emeka is, sometimes I even tell it to some people who are looking to, start a business. I could go into a shop sometimes, you pick up a bag, you pick up a shoe, it already adds up, to $149. And then I take that to a party. And then after that party, I hang the shoe, I hang the bag. Then what next, right? So that's sort of like the way that I looked at it, when he first started. I said, okay, so if I can do this, then why not put it into something that can actually, make a change for us?
And you're talking about bag. That's for ladies. Guys going to the restaurant, have a steak dinner, and drink a few glasses of wine. $149 is gone.
Yeah. So I just wanted to
mention that $100 doesn't even cut it again for family.
That's the point.
No,
that it doesn't even cut it. So this is actually something with the current situation. If you're looking to get more out of what you're putting in,
Absolutely. In fact, when we were in US that last week in Los Angeles, we went to a restaurant, and by the time we had dinner and came out, the bills added up. I mean, you can see that it doesn't cut. It's quite expensive these days.
Yeah. So I wanted to also add that in terms of who can do the business, it can be anybody. I mean, in the business, we have doctors, nurses, engineers like myself, project manager like himself, stay at home parents, working parents, professionals, bankers, accountant, lawyers. There's no type of professional that is not doing this. And the reason is they're all looking for change, because some people will wonder, the doctors are well paid. Why are they here? Why are they doing it? They spend a lot of time.
At this point in this cost of living, nobody they look profession again. No, everything counts. Like, hey, God, everything has to count, because your daily paycheck, I mean, your monthly paycheck, it's not even cutting it.
Yeah.
Even if it's cutting it, you realize that what you used to save before is not what you're saving right now.
No.
That's if you're saving at all.
After paying bills. Because then when we had just one stream of income, by the time the income comes, tax goes, you pay all the bills, you literally have nothing left. And we still have to support family back home.
Yeah.
So that's another one. Because when you tell them that you don't have enough to support them, they don't understand. Because
Absolutely.
for them, as far as you're outside of Nigeria, you should be able to provide for them. And we don't want to be saying no, or turn down their requests, because we know how, back home is. You want to support as much as you can. So we felt like living with one stream of income is just not going to get us anywhere. But multiple streams of income is just the way to go, to live a lifestyle that you don't only dream of, but something that you desire. And if you aspire for change, this is what it looks like.
And you know what? Based on what Ify said, we are not people that just in it for ourselves. We know people go through challenges back home. So we do have a charity back home in the village where we support women. We provide them money of our own money to go and start business under a microfinance scheme. There's no interest. They use the money to trade for 1 year, and they return it. Another set of women will take it. Right now, we have 25 women on the program. It's something we're doing for charity. There's no gain for us. It's just to help families back home, because when you're supporting a woman and she's building a business for herself, her family will feed. They will never go hungry. If you give the money to a man, if he goes and go to
Who said so? Who said so?
But I'm telling you the truth. That's why we're focusing on the women. So that's what we're doing in terms of supporting
charity,
people and charity.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Harmony said she's interested. Like I said, if you're just joining, do check the description area. All the links, all their number, their personal details are all there for you to, contact them directly. If you guys have no questions, does the charity apply to other regions of Nigeria? Someone is asking, does the charity apply to other
right
regions?
now, it's still localized in our small village, because you got to start from somewhere to get to somewhere. So we're working with those women that we don't really know them, all of them, but we do know the people managing it. Hands off. There's a committee that looks at the women that need it and give it to them. So yeah, it's not in other parts of Nigeria for now.
Cool. Since you guys have no questions, if probably you don't want to ask your question in this live, their WhatsApp is in the description area. Please message them directly. Do you guys have anything more to share?
Yeah, I just want to say that in life, you live the life you desire. Simple and short. You have to always consciously elevate what you want to do for yourself. You might think that, okay, today I'm a laborer and it's challenging, life is finished here. If you think it's finished there, you're going to stay there. But if you're a laborer, I've seen this happen back in Nigeria, and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to get to this level. From laborer, you start thinking of what you're going to do to develop yourself and move forward. And that's how this is about. What we're doing is something we found. Normally, you can just skip it. A lot of us here are on social media looking at their friends, gossiping about their friends, but the same social media is bringing millions to people. That's what we're trying to say. Think and Grow Rich is a book, and we believe it.
I mean, when you think about it, I mean, you might be happy where you are today, and that's totally fine. But then we were also okay where we were, but we knew that something needed to change so that we can get the life that we're looking for. Because we're a couple that want to do a lot of things. Like we like to travel, we like to, invest here and there and, build generational wealth, build our dream home. That's something. And when we look at it with no jobs, well, me, I already know what I'm going to earn like in a whole year. So if I want to plan, I might as well plan with that. So I asked myself, so what next then? So that life was a little tough. I mean, we all went through COVID and we all realize now that there's no one that is irreplaceable. The digital space has come to stay. So it's just about finding something that is legitimate out there that you can start to do, because information is key. Sometimes you find something and then you're, concerned about it, and that's okay. You can do your research. You can, do whatever you need to do to build that trust. And when you do, and you finally decide to do the business, you would ask yourself, oh my goodness, if I saw this thing some time ago, if I hadn't done it, because that's what I was saying, that if I hadn't supported him 4 years ago, we will still be living the life we were living 4 years ago. He was driving an hour and a half to work and an hour and a half back. So it was basically me. Then we had 3 kids at the time. It was basically me that was taking kids to their events in the evening after school, getting them from childcare, and at some point, I mean, talking about childcare, I didn't want my kids to live and, grow under the, umbrella of, someone else training my child for me. Because when you think about it, you're spending maybe 7 hours at work. Your child is in childcare for that number of hours, and maybe you pick them maybe 10 hours after. So when you get home, you're basically eating and going back to sleep. So that was I had to gauge and say how long. And you can't go back and say, okay, let me start to train this child the way I want, because it's too late. They're growing. So those are the things that I looked at, as a parent. And even if you're single, you're probably going to get to a different stage of life at some point. So those were the things that we looked at. And I'm happy that, eventually I, connected with him and said, yes, I'm happy to let's roll with this. And we feel so blessed, that we're here today. And that's why we're sharing this with other people who might not know, that there's a solution to all of this and you can make a change. Because if you don't change anything, nothing is going to change. You're still going to remain in the same place. And then come few years down the road, you start asking yourself, oh, if only I had, So sometimes you don't want to live in regrets, but rather you want to, take an opportunity and run with it.
And, all of us, no matter where you live, everybody wants something. Everybody wants change, whether you know it or not. Some people make a lot of money. They don't know how or where to have the time to spend it. We know people who have worked so long and they retire. They have a lot of money and they fall sick. That whole money they saved is now going back into treatment. That's not a value. We know a lady who has been working so much hours in nursing in the US, and all of a sudden she broke down and she went to test. They say she has a spinal problem. She can no longer walk. She's in a wheelchair now. All that money, all that work, and working in no rest is gone. So what we're trying to tell people here is this is not about one Ponzi scheme or the other. This is about absolute change in mindset. We will teach you how to get a business done in the online space and lead you to the direct products that you can use and then build your own and build it up. That's how our business is. We're first off a hybrid, training you to go there. When you come to our webinar, you see what I mean. You will see people talking about how they went from point A to point B. But if you decide to proceed, then we'll walk you through the steps and guide you to start your own.
So we're open to questions.
So guys, do you have any questions? I've been sharing this link. Nobody wants to ask question or Una no one ask question to give away. I don't know. I'm sharing the StreamYard link. Click the link to join. Ask whatsoever. They're here to answer all your burning questions. All your burning questions. Click the link, join. You don't need to show your face. You can stay anonymous. Ask. If you don't want us to see that you want to venture into the business, you can click the link and ask.
Or if you're shy, they can ask us in the WhatsApp too.
Yeah, like I said, the link is in the description area, or the links. Everything. Blessing, Harmony, all of you who are saying that you're interested, please check the description area. There is the website, there is their email, there is their WhatsApp. You can directly message them and get all your burning questions answered. So without further ado, is there anything you want to add to the live? Today's one won't be long,
Yeah.
I just came to pinpoint and guys an easy getaway, at least something passive to get you guys through, especially if you're living in the West, this cost of living crisis. And yeah, someone said, I think I'll be a private chat them. No wahala, no problem. Anyway, Emeka and Ify.
I just want to address one particular question I had seen there. Somebody was asking, what is the name of the business?
Okay.
So, and we want to let people understand this is what puts a lot of people into trouble. And we know this because we talk with people from all across the world, Africans living in Australia, Europe, Asia. We talk to them all the time. Business, you need to understand what you're getting into before you get into it. Number one, we don't promote a single business. We're promoting a shared services tool, system, digital system that you can leverage. Now, you can do that with anything you want. But at the end of the day, your own business, you're going to call it your own. You will name it whatever you want. Your website, if you look at our website, mekify.com, is the combination of Emeka and Ify. That's Mekify. But the tools we use will provide you access to it, and you can leverage, name your business whatever you name it, because in each country, there are different jurisdictional requirements for every business that you run. So that's what I want to tell to that person.
Yeah, and then there was another question around if I was a full-time housewife. So I did mention earlier, I'm a professional certified engineer here in Canada. And what we do here is my side hustle. We call it plan B, but right now I can tell you that is our plan A, because this is something that we call our own. And then what I do on the side in terms of working is doing a job. And that's not really what gives us, all of the income that we have to do a lot of things that we're doing now.
There are two questions I want to address there. One was saying, is your wife a full-time housewife? No, my wife is a professional engineer here in Canada. She's practicing engineering. The other question was, is it only for diaspora people? No, we do have businesses in Nigeria, and people can do it from Nigeria and other parts of anywhere
in the world.
Queen Joseph, Dinah, you see the question you refuse to. Please ask. If I'm not seeing your question, then please join the link. Please, I'm not intentionally omitting questions. I'm not the one running the business. There are people here. Please ask. Or you can join the stream and ask them directly.
So to that lady that was asking if it's only to diaspora people, no. It is global. You can do it from Nigeria. I know one particular lady in Abuja, she makes a lot of money in euros in Abuja right there. So it's for everybody. As long as you have access to the internet and you have a working device that you can use to run your business, you can do it.
Yeah. And then I know someone asked how they can connect with us. I know Dinah had mentioned before. So you just go to our email, you put your name and you put your email address, and then you will get access to watch our information session, which is the webinar. So that's one step. And then somebody also asked, they want to hear from other people that are in the business. The webinar is where you would actually hear from other people that are in the business, and they will tell you their story and you will hear directly from them. And the beautiful thing is that the webinar is live. So it's not like it's pre-recorded and then they're showing you something. No, it's actually live. So you can watch it and hear from people just like you and I.
And somebody say, is this a legitimate side hustle? It is. To be honest.
Effie, you're just joining us. He has already explained, but go on, share with her.
Yeah, it is a legitimate side hustle, and you can do it from the comfort of wherever you are. You will pay your taxes, I guarantee you that. And the risk of it is the risk associated with every business. If you do not pay attention to your business, all the challenges will come up. And if you don't deal with it quickly, you have problems. But we are here. And there are thousands of other people who are here to support. And somebody is there. I think somebody in the business is saying that it's the best decision they made. And they are confirming what we're saying, that it's a massive global community. That's fantastic, though.
Thank you for confirming.
Yeah, because this is true. It's not like we're telling you fairy tales.
Yeah, we have a massive global community, like from all over the world. So it doesn't matter where you are.
Yes, the solution is here. So you will say, hey, you always bang on about this, about that. So you don't give us how to, get out of this issue, what to do as immigrants. This is an opportunity. Check the description area and get started. If anything, if you feel doubtful, if you feel like it's not for you, you have 30 days and your money will get refunded to you.
If you message us and we don't reply immediately, it's not that we're ignoring you. Maybe we're doing something else or we're doing a meeting or something, but we would definitely respond to you no matter what you say. What we only say to people is be respectful. Our business is not really for everyone. Sometimes people come in and we've had situations where we've told them, we don't think you're ready for this. Take the money, go and reflect. When you're ready, then you come back. And we've seen people take it, go back and stay a bit, and they say, no, I think this is good. They come back. Some people don't. But I just want to make sure that nobody's going to put you under any pressure in our business. Not at all.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're your own best decision maker. Nobody can make you make a decision.
Yeah.
Your decision is in your hands. If you're looking for change, this is a chance. If you're, not looking for change, then it's totally okay.
Seriously, why I actually wanted to bring you guys was to proffer solution. That's the major thing, because I hate being the person poking, and then there is no, okay, what do we do? We are here now, Mama Dina. We know all these things. What do we do? And why I specifically invited you guys is because I don't really hear about cost of living crisis in Canada. Everyone pretends. I would use the word pretend. Many people pretend that there is no cost of living crisis in Canada. When you see UK people complaining, or people in Europe complaining, or people in America complaining, Canadians, just some people bicker and say, hey, boy, you should have come to Canada. You should have come. So they make it look like Canada is flatline good. It's like there is no issues, there's no worries. So that's the reason why I specifically wanted to hear from you guys, waiting this up. But now you guys have enlightened me that what is happening in US and UK is also happening in Canada. It's just that it's not like the way it is in other places. People are still able to manage, do what they need to do, and get on with it. But thank you guys so much for gracing my channel. I really appreciate, and I hope that you guys make it back when people start giving testimonies, because if people start giving testimonies, I need to see people back here.
People are really giving testimonies there.
Because a lot of people are questioning. Like they said, number, email, website, all in the description area below. Thank you guys so much, and yeah.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.